We live in an age of innovation, and that's definitely true in the broadcasting industry too. I think as people go through these ages they live in over the centuries, that the people look back at it, and that's when they name the age. This will probably be some variation of an innovation age, and it's been true in broadcasting. And innovation usually means that there's a real vibrancy and something exciting going on, and you can just feel that change that's in the air. You see it in voice tracking. This may sound like a simple thing, but a few years ago, voice tracking wasn't possible in the radio industry. Voice tracking basically means that an air talent, instead of doing his show live, sitting there for 5 hours doing a live radio show, he can come in and voice track that show for 15 minutes before the show begins. He could go in and start voice tracking his show, and his whole show could be voice tracked while he's doing something else and being productive in other ways. Or he can voice track half his show and do half his show live. Or he can sit in Boone, North Carolina and voice track his show that's going to be airing in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's really been a great advantage for the broadcast industry in recent years. And everything is digital now. The old days has its charm. We're talking about playing vinyl, and playing the records and all, and that was charming and that was fun. That was nice. I went through that. But this digital age is much better. The quality's better. It's good for the broadcaster. It's good for the consumer. And of course, how you receive your audio today. In the old days, it's AM, FM. You still get AM, FM radio, but you can also now receive your radio signals on this. This has just about changed everything, talking about innovation, so that you can listen to AM, FM radio, you can listen on the internet, and the phones are now adding FM chips so that you'll be able to listen to a FM signal on your radio, not just a stream. You can do both. Listen to the stream anywhere in the world and listen to the FM signal to the local radio stations that you listen to. And of course, you can pick it up on your radio station app like WSU. The college radio station has a radio station app. You can listen on the app. You can listen via iHeartMedia, any ways. There's so many different ways you can listen today that wasn't available years ago. And while you can stream on your radio, on your phone, and while you can stream on your phone today, with Next Radio that is available now on many phones, you can activate an FM chip and listen to the FM local signal. And on that FM chip, by going and activating that chip and listening, you can download music and you see what the music is that's playing and what's coming up. You can buy music straight from your phone if you hear something you like. Next Radio is going to really change and take radio to another level, higher than it's ever been before. It's probably one of the most innovative things on the scene right now for radio. Creativity often begins with curiosity, and I often say, if you can wonder it, you can do it. So if you can, but you have to start with the creative part. And I like the idea of starting with the creative idea, the concept, a creative product, and then building the structure and the discipline around it, instead of building the structure and discipline and saying, now let's be creative. I'm frequently impressed with the writing and production of the students at Appalachian State University that we work with at the college radio station and at the Keller Radio Talent Institute. It's amazing what they can come up with sometime, and that comes back to letting them just be creative. Don't give them the structure and the discipline first. Let them be creative. Then we build the structure and the discipline around it. Creativity and innovation go hand in hand. Seems like one comes along with the other, and it definitely keeps things fun and interesting, both for the person that's being creative and the people that are benefiting from the creativity. Electric communication will never be a substitute for the face of someone who, with their soul, encourages another person to be brave and true. And that quote came from Charles Dickens.
My name is Marissa Crisco. I'm from a small town in Illinois, and I'm representing the Department of Military Science and Leadership. One of my favorite things is the instructors that we have in the program. They come from a wide range of fields and very professional, very knowledgeable, and they kind of make the program what it is. So in the military, it's really structured, and we kind of have set procedures that we need to follow. So being creative takes a little bit of a different approach. We oftentimes have to make decisions, and it's really unique and based upon that situation at the time. And so the more different kinds of perspectives that we have, the different kind of ideas that are floating around really helps us develop the different people that are in ROTC and to make the program even better. So while it's not the same as, say, like an art major, it does take a certain kind of mindset and a certain kind of willingness to be uncomfortable to fix those kinds of problems that we face. every 2 years or so, we do get new instructors. They're usually active duty, and so they're on rotations. So the innovation kind of comes from our cadre. We have a new professor of military science this year that has really influenced how we run the battalion and how we conduct our training meetings. We have an instructor that came to us 2 years ago and has just totally renovated the program and has made it something completely new and a lot better than what it was before, in my personal opinion. My name is Marissa Crisco. I'm from a small town in Illinois, and I'm representing the Department of Military Science and Leadership. Creativity is we have to do a little bit of a different approach with the military because we have to follow so many set procedures and standards. So the creativity comes when we're making decisions, because a lot of times the situations are unique, and so we need to have different perspectives and different ideas floating around so that we can assess the problem effectively and make the best decision that we possibly can. We like to say that everything is situationally dependent, so it kind of goes into that aspect of it. Our professors and instructors, they really bring the innovation to the program. They rotate out usually about every 2 years. They're active duty usually, so they have to go on to their next duty station. And they have truly renovated the program. Our professor of military science this year has influenced the seniors especially. He's brought a new way of us conducting our training meetings, conducting how we assess how terrain and weather can go into our training. Our sergeant major has totally changed the program. He came to us 2 years ago, and it's just phenomenal. He's made the clubs better, made the classes better, made it more tactically heavy, which is just really good. So the cadets and the students, we kind of, what do I want to say? We kind of do the changes that the cadres have decided that we'll do, I guess. My favorite aspect of the program is the instructors. They are extremely well rehearsed in their fields. They come from different backgrounds, and they are really knowledgeable on their subjects. They make it fun, they make it interesting, and they really bring the club together. Is that okay if I add something? Yeah. Okay, so the cadets, the way that the ROTC works is that each year you're with the same students. So by the time you get to be a senior, you're really close with your class. And so I'm one of 19 seniors that will be commissioning in May, and I love the rest of my class. They make it easy to conduct training. They make it easy to deal with the stress of school. We're all in the same boat, and we're all one team, and that really, really helps make it a little easier to handle all of the stress that goes along with being in the program.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I think we got what we need. That's perfect.
Yeah,
We have a
okay.
couple of different.
Okay.
So let's just start with again your name and your department.
My name is Lisa Stinson. I am a professor of art, or I'm Lisa Stinson in the art department.
Is the sound okay? Okay. I can't hear this thing on my head.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about what creativity means to you.
I think creativity in the broadest sense is about perspective and looking at a problem, and then being able to problem solve. So it is about problem solving, looking at an issue or from various points of view, and then problem solving in the arts is really about evoking those sets of problems with your personal thoughts and feelings, and conveying that in a visual way.
Very good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that was good.
You're cutting this part out. Let me see if I can give you another answer. Maybe that will be better. You're going to cut this up, right?
Yeah.
So I can just keep
Do as many
going?
takes as you need and
Okay.
Mhm.
I think what we try to teach here is
Wait,
create.
hang on 1 second.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Rob, go ahead. Yes. Okay. So poker face when you stop talking. Yes.
Okay.
So because they can't cut. He can't cut away immediately. So it's one of those things where we want you to smile and at the camera and all that good stuff, right?
Okay.
As you're done. So. Yes, that's a good thought for me. So as I say the question to you, repeat it back to me as part of your answer, because they won't get me talking to you in the video. It'll just be you.
Okay.
So yes, what creativity means to you?
I think creativity, what it means to me is problem solving, thinking outside the box, thinking about how to address a certain problem from different perspectives, and then to convey that in some visual way. It's, and for the art department, it's a visual way, and trying to evoke some sort of personal self-expression into that question or into that problem. Okay, I stopped. I repeated the question. I don't know if it was a good question. I don't know what I said, but okay.
Interdisciplinary aspect, or would you rather talk about your favorite aspect of teaching in the art department?
We'll try both, and then you can weed out what you want and what you don't know.
Okay.
I think I have some ideas for interdisciplinary.
Okay, so we'll do that one first.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about why you feel teaching interdisciplinarity. I'm really awful at saying that word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interdisciplinary studies within the college is so important.
The idea of working in an interdisciplinary way is not. I missed it. Okay, let me start again. Straight face. The question of interdisciplinary is a very contemporary issue, but I think most, I hope as a teacher, that we train people, that we arm them with the skills to address problems differently through writing, through verbal communication, and through visual language. And working across medium and with other groups is really important in contemporary society. There is a lot of ceramic artists who do large-scale installation and have to work with engineers and designers. So the idea of working in a team is something that we promote as a teacher. It's something that I'm particularly interested in as an artist as my work develops, and I employ other people to help me build it and also help me install it. So it's a necessary skill at this point. I don't know if that was good or not. Okay.
All right, and let's see. We do have a few more minutes. So yes, let's talk about your favorite part of working here and teaching in the department.
Okay. My favorite thing about ASU, it's the students. It's teaching. It sort of grounds me in a way that doesn't. I'm incredibly interested in when people have that aha moment when they figure it out. The students approach things in a very open, dynamic way, and it keeps me young as an artist. It makes me challenge my own ideas. I feel in some way that I'm never going to give up being a student. And so working with students, and as they challenge themselves, they also challenge me in my approach to teaching. And so that's why I came here. And I think that's why I will try to teach for as long as I can.
Perfect.
Is that all right?
One thing I was thinking of too is department.
Yeah.
Could you say Department of Art within the College of Fine and Applied Arts?
Yes.
Just to give us that option.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll start over with the name. Your name.
So I would just say Lisa Stinson. I'm in the art department within the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Okay. Hi, my name is Lisa Stinson. I teach in the art department within the College of Fine and Applied Arts. That's right.
Okay, one more time and keep looking dead on.
Okay, sorry. There's a reason for this. Okay. My name is Lisa Stinson. I teach in the art department within the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Let me do that again. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. My name is Lisa Stinson. I'm on the faculty in the art department within the College of Fine and Applied Arts. That's not even right, is it?
It'll work. Okay.
Oh my God. You see all these shows with the...
So whenever you are ready.
Okay. Do I look at the camera?
Yes, look at the lens.
Okay. I'm Shauna Caldwell, and I'm an art student in the Department of Art in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Okay, keep looking at the lens.
Okay.
One more time.
I'm Shauna Caldwell, and I'm a double. Should I say my major?
You can, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, go right ahead.
I'm Shauna Caldwell, and I'm a double BFA major in art education and studio art in the art department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Okay, one more time.
Okay. I'm Shauna Caldwell, and I'm a double BFA major in art education and studio art within the art department and the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
That'll do it.
Okay.
Excellent. So, tell me a little bit about what creativity means to you.
What creativity means to me. I think creativity is a certain force that lives inside of certain people. I mean, I think it lives inside of everybody, but certain people are able to cultivate it more. But I think it is also just a way of being in the world and a way of walking through the world and thinking about things, but also just being receptive to lots of information and opening your heart and your mind in a way that you can take inspiration from your environment and create something with that.
I love that. Yes, that was perfect.
Thanks.
So, tell me a little bit about how you'd like to see the space used at the Howard Street project.
I think the space is awesome. I know they used to have pop-up shows there, and that would be a great way for a lot of the art department and art, even faculty, but students to get involved with our community and share their work with people that come out for instance, Art Crawl and other events like that, or Howard Street Exchange is a thing that happens, and I think it would be cool to open the space up during that when other community artisans are out and showing their work, so we can create a bigger community with local artists. But I also think it's a great space for performance, because I know the dance studio is involved as well, and exhibition spaces or collaborative spaces for faculty and students. I think it's a really great opportunity for that.
All right. And then tell me a little bit about what your favorite thing is about being a student here.
My favorite thing about being a student here, I think, honestly, is the faculty and the staff that you encounter in the art department and all over campus, because I've been in multiple departments, but I think they're just so supportive and willing to help you with anything that you need, and they're so passionate about what they're doing, and they're working, and you get to learn so much of them as an artist as well as a teacher and a mentor, and that's something that's really important to me in my artwork.
That was perfect. Yay, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think we need any more.
Oh, great.
Yes. Yes, come on down.
Okay.
And state your name, department, so Sustainable Technology, the Built Environment within the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
So go ahead now. Okay, my name is Oh-Gyun Yu. I just go by OK. And I'm from Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment in the College of Art and Applied Science. No. Fine and Applied Art, right?
Yes, but do the whole thing one more time.
Okay. My name is Oh-Gyun Yu. I'm just go by OK. And I'm from Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment and in the College of Fine and Applied Art.
Excellent. So we'll do it one more time just to make sure.
My name and things. Okay, my name is Oh-Gyun Yu. I go by OK, and I'm from Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment in the College of Fine and Applied Art.
Excellent. All right. So let's talk a little bit about innovation. Tell me what innovation means to you.
Okay, so innovation, so that's kind of buzzword, right? So, recently the word innovation being used a lot of times at everywhere, and it's like a new. By definition, innovation is like a new method or idea that to solve problems, and in the.
We can start over anytime you want.
Okay, I'm gonna just start over then.
Okay, go for it.
Jeez, it's kind of difficult. So innovation, to me, innovation means it's like a buzzword, but recently, the word innovation being used a lot of times at everywhere. By definitions, innovation is like a new idea or methodology to solve problems. Indeed, in our society, there are a lot of problems that need to be solved. That's why people use innovation, word innovation, a lot of times. And indeed, I mean, there are a lot of nice and brilliant and innovative ideas out there. But for me, the what's innovation, it's not as important as how innovation impact us. Like that means I do really care how innovation influences us. So we have seen some innovations that I'm going to just repeat that. I mean, we have seen some innovations that brought not only like a great benefit, but also some serious issues. For example, like, I mean, nobody disagrees that like a steam engine, like a locomotive, like was a great innovation during the Industrial Revolution. That time, I mean, fossil fuel, I mean, was considered as like one of most ideal and important like energy source. That's why they use a lot of times. But because of that, nowadays, I mean, that we are facing serious problems such as climate change. So in my opinion, innovation means it's not just that it should exceed like a time and space. So let me do that. So in my opinion, the innovation should exceed time and space. In other words, it should be good for all of people, community, and the planet, as well as all of generations. So for example, like one of my research project, Nexus, I mean, our team, Nexus team, has developed a sustainable like a greenhouse heating system using biomass. The technology we have adopted, such as anaerobic digester, compost, and pyrolysis, are not a new advanced technology, but they are just proven technology for generations. So we just try to refine and integrate all of those technologies to fit to our community for like a local economy and the easy access for our local food, and then reduction of fossil fuel usage. So in my mind, the innovation is like that, like a last longer. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, a couple of times.
There's a lot of different stuff we can pull from that, so that's, gave us a lot of material to work with, so very good. What is your favorite thing about teaching in the Sustainable Technology and Built Environment department?
I mean, the favorite things I'm teaching in my department, Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment, is my department is like a hybrid department. It's not like conventional, like a construction science department or construction management department things. So I mean, our students can learn a lot of different aspects. So I'm teaching that, so not only just conventional like a knowledge, but also how to apply those knowledge to benefit our society. Again, I mean, how do we impact our society in the positive directions? That's the best thing I'm teaching in my department.
Excellent. So finally, I know your department does some of this, but interdisciplinary studies, how does that factor in, and why do you think that's an important way to work with other departments?
So again, how interdisciplinary study is important for me, actually me is, again, back to the original question, like innovation, how do we apply the applied science for our community to benefit us? In order to apply some knowledge and technology and science, conventional direction would not work in my mind. So we have to have different aspects of knowledge. That's why we need some people working together, like my Nexus project. I'm a civil engineer, but some of my co-PI, their major is like soil engineers or some forestry, some chemical engineers there. So we work all together as an interdisciplinary team, and in that way we can optimize and maximize our kind of output and our result. So that's really important for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
And that's it.
Rob, are we good? Okay, awesome. So are we ready for the sound test? Are you good?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're good.
Okay.
Okie doke. Done.
Do you want me to look at you or at the camera?
So look at the camera.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of try to stand like right here. And then make sure to repeat the question back to me because they won't get me. They'll just get your answers.
Okay.
And then your poker face, you know, as you finish a thought. We've had a couple people and their faces just sort of collapse, you know, after
Oh,
they
right.
finish talking because they
Got
don't
it.
get their answer. You are a pro, so probably don't need to disclaim that one, but just in case.
Okay.
All right, so we'll start. I wanted to make sure that everybody says their department within the College of Fine and Applied Arts. So if you'll just say your name, your department, and within the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Okay. I'm Kevin Warner, and I'm the chair of the Department of Theater and Dance in the School of Fine and Applied. It's college.
College, yeah.
I keep getting it backwards. Kevin Warner, I'm the chair of the Theater and Dance Department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
All right. So Kevin, tell me a little bit about what innovation means to you.
So innovation is a word that's certainly not new, but it's a little bit new in its application for me to the performing arts. And to artists, it's kind of a no-brainer that this is something that we have always done. But to be able to attach a word to it that also makes sense to business and industry in the 21st century was a really big deal. And the whole idea of the evolution of 21st century skills just a few months ago really sort of allowed us to advocate for how similar many processes in both business and the performing arts are. And those processes in terms of innovation really are about creating something that is completely unique. It is a product that has never been seen before. Now in business, it's a product that theoretically has some kind of economic value or it has value to society. But in the arts, we actually think about the arts as having value too, though it's very difficult to put a sort of price on it, to put a financial value on it. But really the process of creating something new, revising it, refining it, thinking about who your audience is, how you're going to make it something that's accessible to the audience, figuring out the role of all of the people that are engaged in the creation of this really unique thing, really does parallel very much the innovation process in business and industry. And that's what we're interested in exploring, is really how we can work with other programs within the School of Fine and Applied Arts. We're really interested in thinking about how we can work with other programs within the School of Fine Arts to explore those very parallel processes.
College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Did I say it wrong again?
Cool, yeah.
Dang. Should I say that again?
Yes, if you don't mind.
No. Okay. So let me get my thought back. So
You're talking about collaboration.
as we are exploring innovation through the performing arts, not necessarily through the design process that we're used to seeing sort of in the development of new products, what we're particularly interested in is thinking about how we can look at similarities and differences in those processes with our colleagues in the School of Fine and Applied Arts. I said it again, Tagnapet. College of Fine and Applied Arts. It was called a school at my last institution, and that's what's screwing me up. Okay.
You can say within the university too.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but I liked that, so.
So thinking about two, what's he saying back there?
He said it sounds wonderful.
But I got to get that language right, because that would be bad. So as we immerse ourselves in a creative arts process where we see this process of creating something that's really unique and individual, that has never been seen before anywhere, and starting to attach the language of innovation to it, I think it's particularly interesting for us to take that process that we're so familiar with as dancers and as actors and as designers in theater and dance, and compare it with our colleagues in the other departments of the College of Fine and Applied Arts who are doing that same process in a very different way. But it's the process piece that's particularly interesting to me as a scholar and as a teacher, is about how we get from the idea, the conception of something, to the fruition of it, to that product, which in some cases may be a dance, it may be a play, it may be a script, it may be a piece of choreography. Whatever it is, I'm particularly interested in thinking about what happens in the middle between the time that you think of the idea and when you get to the end where you're sharing it with someone else.
That was great. And one thing related to that, I wonder if you would mind, in an ideal world, how would you want to use the Howard Street space? What's your thought on that?
That's a tricky question for us because we're not sure how we fit into that. That's why I avoided that question on my response.
Okay, and that's fine.
So can I not speak to that?
That's fine.
I don't really know how we're going to fit into it yet.
Okay.
So, what else would be of interest to you?
That was great because you wove the whole interdisciplinary collaboration
Yeah.
into the innovation piece of it. So I think we're good.
Talked about business and industry. Can let me say one more thing?
Yeah, please. If you've got other thoughts.
So the reason this is so important to our students right now and to our new faculty who are coming up the ranks is because this is what they know. You know, no longer are people working to build things in factories because machines do that. And my father, who packed boxes in a factory for 35 years, that's not where we're headed now. Really what we need in the United States and what we're hearing from folks is that they need innovators. They need people who can create something new to carry us forward. And so as we think about our students, even as they're engaged in theater, as they're engaged in dance making in our program, there's this set of skills that they are going to carry with them to apply in many, many different contexts throughout their life. And perhaps they will become a designer, and perhaps they will be sitting in a think tank somewhere in a business or industry. But because of their experience in the arts, they're going to be prepared to do this. And we're really interested in kind of exploring that idea at the Howard Street location with our colleagues.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know what I said, but
Yeah, that
all
was
right.
great. Okay, awesome. We are ready to go for you, Dylan. So just start with your name and your program.
Okay.
And if you don't mind saying that you are part of the Theater and Dance in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Okay,
So,
of course.
whenever you're ready.
Hi, my name is Dylan Brown. I'm a participant in the Theater and Dance Department here at Appalachian State in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. And for me, the most exciting thing about the upcoming Howard Street event is the process of innovation. To me, innovation is the first step towards progress, something new, something exciting and bold. The words innovation and invention are so often intertwined because it's a new opportunity to expand, and in this case, to expand the minds of students by offering new classes, a new space, and definitely for the theater department, a new place to perform and expand and understand what it means to be an artist. And for me, that's something that's incredibly exciting and something that I hope the students and everyone can truly enjoy.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your favorite part of being a student in the Department of Theater and Dance.
My favorite thing about being a student in the Theater and Dance Department is the sense of family that it's given me. When I first came to college, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to be or what I wanted to do. And when I found the theater department, I found a second home, a new place to call home, new friends, new family, everything. And that's just been the most important thing that I'm going to take away with me from this department.
Awesome. Let me think. What else might be good? Do you feel comfortable talking about creativity? What that means to you?
Sure, sure. Creativity is something that everyone has. There's no secret sauce to being creative. You just have to free yourself and be open to new ideas, and that's where creativity really flows. With app and with each semester that I've been involved in the department, I've always learned something new about creativity as it applies to theater, whether it be learning that theater is at its very core just two people talking to each other realistically, or how important it is to do research and homework about a play. That just all stimulates that creative process and leads to overall a very creative product and is incredibly important.
Awesome.
Yes.
And your major.
Yes. My name is Dylan Brown. I'm a theater performance major in the Theater and Dance Department here at Appalachian State in the Department of Fine and Applied Arts.
College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Oh. My name is Dylan Brown. I'm a theater performance major in the Department of Theater and Dance here at Appalachian State at the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Of course.
We're good.
Really?
Okay. So whenever you're ready, I will ask you to state your name and your major and within the College of Fine and Applied Arts. So
Okay.
Communication, Fine and Applied Arts. And then just remember to repeat the questions back to me because my voice will not be on the camera.
Awesome. Okay.
And even if you don't like your answer, keep looking at the lens, keep smiling, because if you make a face, we might not be able to cut away and then
Okay.
it'll be gone.
Okay.
So I'll turn it over to you for your name and major and all that good stuff.
Awesome. My name is Ellie Hooper. I'm studying public relations in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. I'm from Elkin, North Carolina, and I'm a junior this year.
Excellent. Yes, thank you. So tell me a little bit about the community engagement piece, why that's something that you feel like you want to talk to.
I think public relations is so much about being involved in the community, and especially here at a university like Appalachian State, where literally when school is in session, we double the population of Boone. Community engagement is absolutely critical to, I think, making students the people that they are when they graduate. This community has been a huge part of making me sort of the Appalachian student that I am. I've had the awesome privilege of serving as the president of the Appalachian Student Ambassadors, and so a huge part of what I do is talk about how fantastic this community is. Not only the community of Boone, but this community of Appalachian, and just what makes it so special.
Awesome. Yes, the public relations major is good to work with. I will remember that in the future. So tell me, what's your favorite thing about being a student in the Department of Communication?
For me, I think it's been the professors. I have absolutely had phenomenal experiences with the faculty and staff in the department. I mean, just recently I had coffee with Dean Clota, and she was phenomenal. I mean, really the first time we had met, and I felt like we had known each other for such a long time. And that's how it's really been with so many of my professors. They're so good at identifying sort of what students are good at and are comfortable with, and really suggesting different opportunities and different career pathways. I've had just an incredible experience getting to know professors in the department.
Awesome. That's it. Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, one take. Okay, sounds good. All right, so we are ready to get started.
Okay.
So at first I'll ask you to state your name and your department. And if you don't mind just saying Department of Theater and Dance in the College of Fine and Applied Arts, that would be great. Let's see, I know there are a couple of other pieces that I'm blanking on right now. The poker face. So once you finish, even if you don't like your answer, just keep smiling or general, happy face, so that we can cut away and there aren't any goofy faces. And then if you don't mind repeating the question as I ask it to you, since my voice won't be on the camera.
Okay.
So
That's unfair, but okay.
yes, we'll go ahead and start with your name.
Mhm.
Whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm Marianne Adams, Professor of Dance Studies in the Department of Theater and Dance in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Perfect. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. One more time.
Hi, I'm Marianne Adams, Professor of Dance Studies in the Department of Theater and Dance in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
What do you think? One more time? Okay, yeah, we'll do one more. And if it's too much to say all of that, let's leave off College of Fine and Applied Arts, because I don't know that we necessarily, we'll have the logo
Okay.
by your head.
Okay.
So,
Hi, I'm Marianne Adams, Professor of Dance Studies in the Department of Theater and Dance.
excellent. Now, tell me a little bit about what creativity means to you.
What does creativity mean to me? That's a big question, and I think on any given day I would answer it differently. But most of all, I think of it as a resource for our sustainability. If we use our creativity, whether it's for healing or for entertainment or to be provocative and an artist that forges ahead in pushing our values and our cultural way of understanding and being empathetic with one another, I think we have a chance to survive. And if we don't, I think it's our lack of creativity that makes us feel as if we have no options, that we can't have civil discourse. And so I think of creativity very broadly, whether it is used as in my case, in performing arts and arts making, or whether it's just used in our daily life when we feel like we have no other choices. At some point, we take a deep breath and laugh a bit, maybe talk with somebody, and then have a creative idea.
Very good. Very good. Your wire has slipped out a little bit. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay. That was really good.
This is too much to be wearing, but I want to be covered.
I love that color. It's beautiful. So let's talk a little bit about community engagement.
I come to an idea of community engagement from a background of the performing arts. And in dance, performing artists are often the first artists that are called in to a community when there's been a tragedy. They're the first that offer help, often, for relief for, say, Hurricane Katrina hurricane, which was the latest one. Anyway, the community engagement and artists are very much interwoven because artists also ask help from the community and they give help. So I see it as a reciprocal value, and I also see it as a way that we don't become extinct or too ivory tower in the university, because this doesn't just apply to the arts, but I think all of us in our varied college, which includes many in the applied arts and sciences, can become insulated and just so involved in their own depth of work that we don't always relate to the community. And so that's one reason I was excited about this new space, because I think it gives us opportunity to be within the community. And so I think community engagement is very important so that we're not always talking with like-minded people or being with like-minded people. We are in and out of a mix of maybe sometimes diversity and discourse that's uncomfortable.
That was great. I love how you wove in the piece about Howard Street at the end, too. That was really good.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember whether I'd said innovation on that or whether I was like, well, just think a little bit about any of them.
Yeah, no, I think that was perfect. We have a lot to work with.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
great.
All right. Okay, you're rolling?
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is ask you just to state your name and your major within the College of Fine and Applied Arts. So you'll say Permanent Applied Design in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. And then just some pieces of info for you as we move through the video. Since my voice won't be on the camera, please go ahead and repeat the question back as part of your answer so that people will know what you're saying.
Okay.
And as you finish an answer, just keep looking at the camera,
Okay.
smiling.
So I shouldn't look at you.
Yes.
Oh, that will be weird. Okay. Okay.
Yes, and even if you don't like your answer, just keep your neutral face, your poker face on.
Okay.
So we can
Wow.
cut away, edit out
Okay.
whatever we need to do, and then we'll after we talk, you say your name and all that good stuff. We'll move on to the question.
Okay.
So yes, please go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. I state my name? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Madeline McKenzie. I'm an interior design major. This is my senior year in fine and applied arts.
Let's try that one more time.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
My name is Madeline McKenzie. I'm a senior at Appalachian State. My major is interior design, and I'm getting my degree in fine and applied arts.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sure you throw the word college in there, just so
The College of
folks-
Fine and Applied Arts.
People get confused if it's a department.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
My name is Madeline McKenzie. I'm a senior at Appalachian State, and I'm majoring. Oh no, can I start that over? Okay. Okay. My name is Madeline McKenzie. I'm a senior at Appalachian State University, and I'm majoring in interior design through the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Excellent.
Okay.
So talk a little bit about, just because I think this is really interesting, your role with IDEX and how that fits into the Howard Street space.
Oh, so how does IDEX fit into the role at the Howard Street space? Well, the IDEX team, there is 16 of us currently working on the space, the Howard Street space, and we are doing a redesign from the original space, which was functioning as a Studebaker. So we're redesigning it for the App Lab program to function as a studio space, collaborative space. It's really multifunctional for First Friday art crawls, a gallery space. So we're really doing a complete redesign so that that space is really versatile and can be used by the College of Fine and Applied Arts and for the grad students so that it can function for several different things.
So what is your vision for the use of that space?
Wow, so my vision for the use of that space is it's huge. There's so much that can happen. It has so much potential. Currently, there's just a lease for the upstairs, but the owner or the leaser is working on getting a lease for the downstairs as well. He hopes to use it as gallery space. First Friday, I hope to see it continue to be used for the industrial design portfolio reviews. It's such a great space, has such great vibe when you come in there. Everyone's really friendly and it's so open. You can walk around and see everything that's going on. So I hope that they continue to use it for that. And I hope that the college uses it for other things. We had talked about maybe doing some kind of, I don't know, if the fashion department using it for some kind of display there. It really has so much potential because there's great lighting. It's right in the middle of downtown Boone. It's just a great space overall. Should I say anything? Should I redo that one? Okay.
Okay. Okay. So the transmitter that you're holding.
Oh, I messed it up.
No, it's just when you fiddle with it, there's a little bit of feedback. And
Can I just set it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay, Rob? Can you sit on the chair? Okay. Yeah, that should be fine.
I'm a fiddler.
I
Okay.
know. And you haven't done it yet, but since you're not holding on to that anymore, you might, if you talk with your hands at all, if you
Okay.
swing them around like outside the shot, it'll look like it chops off your arm when we
Okay.
right with the-
Okay, yeah, I don't want
So,
that.
Yes,
Okay.
hands, yeah, down
Okay.
a little bit.
Great.
So do we need to redo that one? Where do I go with that one? Okay. Okay. Okay, so we don't need to redo that, which is great.
Okay.
But what I did want to follow up on, you talked a little bit about the location of Howard Street, and it's in downtown Boone. How do you see that playing into like the community engagement aspect of the space?
How do I see the location of the Howard Street facility playing into the community aspect? Wow. Well, it is in the middle of downtown Boone. It's across from the local, so a lot of people know the local now. It's a great place to go. Gets a lot of publicity. It's right by King Street, so pretty much all the tourists walking by, they're really close by as well. So I think that the community is just naturally really involved because it's right in the center of the campus and one of the most popular streets in Boone. So I think that it has great potential to be really involved in the community. And I think that if we can get the space kind of revamped and ready to be used for a couple of different functions, it's a really great opportunity for the community to get involved and use that space.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So last question for you.
Okay.
What is your favorite part of being a student in the interior design program?
What is my favorite part of being a student in the interior design program? Wow. There's so many opportunities. I know that I've already done 2 internships. I've been offered a job, and I haven't even finished my senior year. I haven't really even started looking for a job. So I love that the university really pushes you to market yourself and to reach out to other communities and get involved. And they do a great job of finding you connections and supporting you through that and really teaching you how to communicate with professionals and really build your portfolio and just become the professional that you need to be when you graduate so that you can get a job and have a great life.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
All right, we're good. Yes, we'll have the talk. Okay. Okay, so we're getting ready to record.
Okay.
Before we get started, though, a couple of things. One, firstly, I'll ask for your name, your department, and so if you'd like to say your University of Valor, Department of Applied Design in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. We want to throw that College of Fine and Applied Arts in
Okay.
if we can.
Can I also throw our program in?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And if it gets too wordy, we'll just take out college because obviously the logo is going to be right up there. I know one of our professors, as she put in her title in her department, it just was a lot.
Yeah.
And so there's that. My voice will not be on the camera, so
Okay, right.
if you will repeat the question as part of the answer,
Okay.
so that folks will know kind of what you're talking about, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
And keep your face rather neutral. Flash the poker face as you finish a thought. We've had some folks who have really great answers and then they make this awful face like as soon as they're done talking.
Yeah.
We can't cut away fast enough to edit. So
Yeah.
that would be good too. And then talk to the lens. I'll try to stay like right back here.
Okay.
So we're recording whenever you are ready with your
Okay.
name.
I'm Jeannie Mercer Ballard. I'm Associate Professor in Interior Design in the Department of Applied Design in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Nailed it. Excellent. All right, so let's talk a little bit about community engagement. I know that's something that's important to you and your department.
Yeah, community engagement is important to us in our department and in the interior design program. For years, we have served the needs of nonprofit clients and different community partners. And those provide real learning opportunities for our students and often economically challenging projects for our students, which is a really good thing for their portfolios and for their knowledge of how to work with budgets, boards and large groups of people making decisions. And I think the new space on Howard Street would be a great use for community engagement, service learning, and projects of that nature because it would be a nice neutral spot near downtown to show the activities of what design can do for different nonprofits.
That was really good. Wonderful. So one thing Phyllis asked me to throw out there for folks to answer is a little bit about why interdisciplinary work is so important within the college and the university as a whole.
Prior to coming to Appalachian, I was a professional interior designer, and I rarely worked in teams with other interior designers. I almost always worked with people with other disciplines, whether it be architects, graphic designers, contractors, and other allied disciplines, landscape architecture. And so providing opportunities for our students to be able to do interdisciplinary work and work on teams of that nature is the best simulation we can have of the real world and how to work in group and team dynamics and how to understand how we're coming at things from different perspectives to solve the problems that we have.
That was awesome. That was really good. Yeah, this is perfect.
I used to do radio. I don't know if you know that.
Did you? No, years
ago.
Stuff. Yes, she does.
What's that? What did I do?
No, that was awesome. Trying to think, since you are so polished. We may use more of your clips. So tell me a little bit about what's your favorite thing about teaching here? Oh wait, and before you start answering, the cord is like kind of poking out a little bit.
We're gonna get that tucked in.
There we go.
Can't have cords poking out. Okay.
Okay.
Is it better?
Yes. Perfect.
What do I like teaching? Here we go. Take two. Why do I like teaching at Appalachian? I love teaching at Appalachian because of the students. We get a great quality of student, a student who really wants to challenge themselves, wants to do better, and wants to grow and wants to learn. The students are really what keep me going and challenge me to think deeper as well. And when that's mutually beneficial, that's really the best thing we can have.
Yes, that was perfect.
I'm not sure if I'm liking that answer.
Yes, and I think we're done.
It's close. Okay.
That's wonderful.
Keep you on time schedule.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So looking at the lens, I'll try.
Okay.
I'll stay behind the lens.
Yeah.
So yes, we're ready to get started. So go ahead and start with your name and department.
Okay, my name is Christophe Den Bichelaar. I'm faculty in the Department of Sustainable Development in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Excellent. All right, let's try it one more time.
Okay, my name is Christophe Den Bichelaar. I'm faculty in Sustainable Development Department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
All right. So tell me a little bit about your work at the farm. I know you guys are doing a lot of innovative stuff out there. You engage the community, so I know that's a big part of what you do.
Well, my work at the farm is primarily, at present, is teaching at the farm and providing kind of overall direction. In the first 8-9 years at Appalachian, I also functioned as the farm manager, so I was more kind of like directly engaged in production and teaching and running the farm. So my role presently is a little bit more kind of like in the background. Part of the farm, what we do is, primarily teaching some kind of like a research, but we also have hosted on the farm where it was in the past and even in the present to host like workshops for the community in different things. I've hosted cooperative extensions, Organic 101, which was a version of a Master Gardener class for home gardeners that really didn't want to learn organic farming practice rather than often the conventional techniques that they learn in Master Gardener classes. We also have hosted our own kind of like workshops on different methods of production or pruning workshops, sometimes in collaboration with cooperative extension or sometimes run by cooperative extension. And our plan is to do more of that kind of like in the future. So the farm we have at present has a large section that is in forest, and we will be engaging a little bit more also in sustainable forest management practices, and are discussing, can we involve community members as well, since so many homeowners have some land in forest, a lot of farmers do as well, and to provide kind of like alternatives between either having a forest and doing a clear cut, there's kind of like good practice that could provide a continuous stream of products and income for landowners. And so we want to demonstrate that as well. And so some of these plans are still kind of like in the planning phase, but we are engaging more kind of like with students at present on the farm. In terms of farming practices, we do follow largely organic farm management, even though we are not certified organic. For some kind of like a reason, because of the paperwork and the cost of certification, and we are kind of like small producers. But organic production is often a matter of trust between producer and consumer. And so if the consumer's kind of like confident that you're following kind of like the rules on what you produce and that it's safe and free of kind of like chemical contaminants, then that's often sufficient, which is not the case often when you produce kind of like for larger markets, because there's such a distance between the person who sells the products and those who produces, like multiple levels of middlemen and wholesalers and retailers, etc. You know, in the past and even in the present, we often experiment with new crops like celeriac, which is kind of like a root celery that was not kind of like produced here, but more producers are picking it up. A lot of producers that grow organic garlic in the county got our seed stock from the SD farm in the past. And so that some kind of like niches that are not being filled by local farmers or not sufficiently for the demand for those products. And so that's kind of like innovative or novel things that we can do, you know, to test out how it works. Is it feasible? Is there a demand for those crops before we pass it on local producers doing that for on a larger scale for local markets. And so our production capacities are relatively small, but you know, sufficient to actually test kind of like different production and production methods to then pass on to local farmers.
Awesome. Can you, I should have thought about this earlier, can you give a very brief overview of the sort of the relationship between the Department of Sustainable Development and the farm? Because I know we just started out with saying the farm, but maybe people may not know how those two are related.
Okay. So I was hired in 2000, you know, to teach actually agroecology. You know, it's important to just not only do it in the classroom. You know, most learning actually happens with hands in the dirt. And so what's kind of like an important part of, you know, teaching and learning is to have these practical opportunities for students, you know, to plant, to harvest, to fertilize the soils, to dig the soils. You know, since 2008, we have been raising animals as well, some chickens and pigs. We have had cows. Hopefully, we will have those again. So the present farm is kind of like larger, that we operate since we moved there in 2011 to the present location. So it's an integral sort of aspect of sustainable development to have the farm. So the present one in Fleetwood is owned by ASU. The previous location in Veracruz, we leased the land from the Veracruz Conference Center. You know, that was part of our relations with the community to have that farm. You know, we used part of the produce we actually gave to the Veracruz Conference Center to feed their guests. We also picked up a lot of food leftovers, you know, from the serving kitchens, for scraps from the kitchen that we fed to our pigs and raised our pigs largely on slop. Oh, wow. And so got kind of like a better quality product. Our pigs were kind of like free-ranging, you know, within limits, of course. Freedom and some of our chickens as well, but you know, they do have outside the pasture and fresh air and the bugs and the worms that grow outside. A lot of our students, you know, also do internships or volunteer on local farms to get some more flavor. How does a real commercial farm actually work? And so the farm is an opportunity for students to learn, to make mistakes. You know, we can afford to doing that, but I rather have students making those mistakes where it doesn't really matter as much before they actually go out on a commercial farms whose livelihood is dependent on things being done correctly. And so that's an important part, you know, as a step up, you know, different gradations of learning that actually happen.
Excellent. Now tell me, very briefly, because I know we're encroaching on your 15 minutes, what is your very favorite thing about teaching here at Appalachian?
The very favorite thing is, you know, it's kind of like working the farm and teaching sort of like the hands-on what happens. And so I really like in the classroom, I think, students are really engaged and interested in learning about food and about growing food. I know probably the majority don't become farmers, but it's important even, if they live in suburbia, to have a little garden to grow some of their food. And so to raise that greater awareness about the importance of food and wholesome food, just for society at large, but also for their own health and for the health of communities. So it's probably one of my favorite things. It was never my dream to become a teacher. That was kind of like the farthest from my mind. But I've really come to enjoy doing that. So.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Very good, very good. All right, yes, that was good. Oh, and she got the spiel already, so we're ready to go. All right, so we'll start with your name and major.
My name is Cassidy Quillen. I'm in the Department of Sustainable Development in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Excellent. So tell me a little bit about your favorite, or why do you love being a student here at Appalachian? We'll start with that.
Yeah, I really love being a student here at Appalachian because, well, I mean, first of all, I love the mountains. I love the area. I feel a real connection to just the environment here, and the people are very friendly. Yeah. I also find a lot of connection with the music community, and there are just a lot of great professors as well.
Excellent. So talk a little bit about what community engagement means to you and why you feel that's important to have in your collegiate experience.
Yeah, community engagement is really important to me because oftentimes, if we're lucky, we come in and leave within 4 years from this area, and sometimes the community can be negatively impacted by students being here, and that's just a reality. And I think it's really important that students are engaging with the community to make sure that we're communicating about what's working, what's not working, also hearing their concerns and the struggles that they go through. And I think that allows for a lot more collaboration and finding solutions together.
Yes, I like it. So as part of your program, Sustainable Development, what types of things are you doing specifically in community engagement, that realm?
Yeah. So right now in my work with the Department of Sustainable, well, let me start over, okay. Right now, as a student studying sustainable development, I am involved in the Todd Listening Project, where we go out for afternoons sometimes, and we'll go out with a survey and just go around to the community members at their homes and ask them if they want to complete a survey with us that basically asks them to talk about the skills that they have, what works for them in their community, things that they might want to change. And so that's a community relatively close to here that we're working with to try and, work with them and also come up with some solutions of how people can collaborate with one another.
All right, very good. Those are all my questions.
Okay. Cool.
Excellent. Thank you again. Okay, so yes, we talked about talking to the lens. Just making sure you include an aspect of my question and answer so that there's context, since I will not be on the recording.
Sure.
And then after you finish your thought, just to keep a nice neutral poker face, so that we can have some frames after you finish speaking.
Okay.
And so we'll start just with your name, your department, and you'll say Department of Sustainable Development in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Sure.
That would be wonderful.
Sure.
So we'll start there.
Okay. So I'm Jackie Ignatova. I'm in the Sustainable Development Department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
and I'm here to talk about the importance of outreach. I believe outreach to be absolutely critical to sustainable development, and I'm really pleased to be part of a department that understands the importance of outreach. And that's exemplified through Laura England's work with the Sustainability and Environmental Education Club and her work improving local watersheds, or Brian Burke's work with the Todd Listening Project. One of the things that we have a real challenge with in teaching and studying sustainable development is not to get beaten down by the challenges that we face. And so one of the things that I find really inspiring in my own work and my community outreach is what's happening in the local food movement, particularly in Boone. And so some examples of that is the Sustainable Development Student Alliance that just recently had a campus farmers market. Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture, a local nonprofit, has worked closely with the Sustainable Development Department over many years. I have the pleasure of being on the board of directors, and we just recently concluded a Sustainable Food Week, as well as last spring's Food Summit, something that that we're renewing after a few years. And the purpose of these kinds of outreach events is not just for faculty to act as experts, bringing their knowledge into the community, but to actually be engaging and listening and learning from community partners. So it's a reciprocal relationship. And in that way, we can move towards a more sustainable and just society. And that's what I really see happening with these kinds of events with Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture and the Sustainable Development Department, the kind of conversations that are necessary to help strengthen the local food movement and promote a more sustainable and just local food system.
That was great. Now, were the hands, I saw there's hand movement. Are we good there?
I had never stopped moving my hands.
Too far? Okay. Okay. Be careful. Okay. I don't think so. I think we're good. Up. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. If you put your hand too far outside the screen, then it's going to look like it just chops off.
I knew I would have some problem with my hands. I'm such a hand talker.
I would be like sitting on my hands.
Okay.
That answer was awesome.
Oh, cool.
If you wouldn't mind saying your name and department and all that alone.
Okay,
That would be
sure.
wonderful.
Sure, and I'll keep my hands constrained. So I'm Jackie Ignatova. I'm in the Sustainable Development Department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Perfect. So last question. What is your favorite thing about teaching in the Sustainable Development Department?
My favorite thing about teaching in the Sustainable Development Department are the students. I find the students to be really inspiring. They are not the kind of students that just, talk about sustainability. They actually do things. There's been a lot of really exciting student-led kind of projects. The kind of enthusiasm that went into, for example, getting a campus farmers market going with the Sustainable Development Student Alliance, or various kinds of really creative projects happening in the senior seminar, for example. The kind of internship work that our students do shows real passion and commitment to sustainable development. So I'm inspired by them.
Perfect. And I'm going to pick your brain one more time.
Sure.
If you feel comfortable answering this question.
Sure.
Do you, or have you thought about ways that your department would use the Howard Street space?
Sure. Use of the Howard Street space. I mean, certainly would be a way of showcasing some of the work coming out of the senior seminars. So a lot of those projects are very creative in nature, so that they have that combination of creativity as well as concern with sustainability. And I think that would be a great thing to showcase at the Howard Street space. It could also possibly even serve as a backup space for campus farmers market on days that it gets really rainy, and when weather doesn't permit being outside on Sanford Mall. That would be my guess.
Excellent. Yes, thank you. I've been trying to throw that in occasionally for people who are familiar with the space and may have thought about what that would be or how that would work for their department. So, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so we are ready to go whenever you are. If you don't mind just starting with your name, your major, and then sustainable technology and built environment well, I guess you are sustainable technology, even though it's an appropriate technology concentration, but in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Okay.
At the end of that. If it doesn't, I know that's a long one, so
Yeah.
say it, we'll kind of see how it goes.
Okay. I got it. All right. My name is Dan Blakely. I am a graduate student of Appropriate Technology and Sustainable Technology in the Built Environment in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
All right, I think that'll work. We'll do it one more time just to be safe.
Okay.
Yes, treat the camera like a person, like.
Yeah, okay.
So it's big smiles.
Yeah. My name is Dan Blakely. I am a graduate student of Appropriate Technology in the Department of Sustainable Technology in the Built Environment in the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
Perfect, perfect. All right, so since you feel comfortable answering lots of these different questions, let's start with innovation, because I know this is near and dear to your studies.
Sure.
So what is that sort of innovation that you're doing in the department? What does that mean to you?
Innovation means a lot to me. It's really what pushes me to do what I'm doing and what I'm studying, because it's basically pushing you to create something new, to have an original idea and have the forethought to execute that idea, to come up with a way to see it through. And I love having the opportunity to do that here at Appalachian State University. As the project director of the solar vehicle team, I get the opportunity to innovate pretty much every day, working with different students from all different backgrounds, making a solar-powered car actually run off the sun and seeing it move down the street is just an amazing feat to see. And so I love innovation. It means a lot to me here.
I know, I love it. That was good. Yes, we definitely will have pictures of the solar car. So you mentioned as part of your answer there that you work with students in other disciplines, so that's something that of course is near and dear to Phyllis's heart. She loves that interdisciplinary collaboration. So talk a little bit about what all those different programs bring to the team.
Sure. So having an interdisciplinary project, especially in the solar vehicle team, is very important, just to get different backgrounds and different perspectives of how to run an entire team, because we don't just build a solar car as somebody might think from the outside looking in. We do everything, all of our social media, raising funds, so finance, business, marketing. We even have music industry majors who kind of have a concentration in business, so they're able to get that perspective of working with the industry. But then we also have people from physics and appropriate technology, sustainable technology, all working together for a common goal, and it's really exciting to see what a bunch of students from all different parts of the university can accomplish, especially when we have similar thoughts and similar ideas working towards the same objective.
That was really good. Yeah, I know you sounded very prepared.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta speak off the cuff, otherwise I'll be like,
Have you seen the Howard Street space? Have you been over there?
I saw the renderings of it.
The renderings? Okay. I was just curious. Tell me about, what's your favorite thing about being a student here at Appalachian?
My favorite thing about being a student here at Appalachian is exactly why I came here. When I walked through the halls of Cass and Harper and saw the projects that students were working on, seeing that just about every classroom was a lab. It was a hands-on project that you were doing, not just looking at a PowerPoint or reading a book. So that's what I love about being a student here, is we get the opportunity to actually do something, not just learn about it hypothetically. So that's what really excites me about coming to class every day and really learning something new, is because I get to apply it at some point during the semester.
Perfect. Yeah, we don't need any more. I mean,
okay.
Yes, this is perfect. Yes, I know, right? You and there was one other student here today, and she was the same way. I mean, just perfect responses, and it was like one take, and we were done.
Awesome.
The two of you guys are going to be on speed dial. But thank you. That was really
Yeah,
awesome.
of course.